You're here, I'm queer, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you to CareUp for sponsoring this video. Chucky, we don't know her. Annabelle, who's that? We have M3GAN, our Model 3 generative android queen is here to be your bestest friend. I was really gagged when I saw M3GAN in the theaters. I was laughing for the most part. I usually don't watch horror doll anything for obvious reasons, but this one was very campy and funny. I don't know why, but I feel like M3GAN was made for the queers. You really end up rooting for her for the most part, and I was living for it. Before we get into making our own M3GAN doll, I'd like to give a big thank you to CareUp for collaborating with me on this video. CareUp is a subscription service that ships high-quality personalized vitamins, supplements, and powders to your door every month. Made from good-for-you, clean ingredients that are backed by the latest science and research, so you can feel good about what you're putting in your body. I personally received the Vegetarian Collagen Skin, Rhodiola, and Ashwagandha. The Vegetarian Collagen Skin has definitely helped my skin, hair, and nails feel more hydrated. Rhodiola has improved my stress and mood, and it's also great endurance support after working out. And Ashwagandha helps with tension, muscle strength, recovery, and again, stress. I just have so much stress that needs tending to, so these are definitely vital. I love CareUp because of the convenience and personalization of it all. Listen, there's so many vitamins and supplements out there that it's hard sometimes to identify exactly what I specifically need. The CareUp quiz made it super easy for me to identify what I might be needing or lacking, and just like that, it's mailed to my door. Best of all, if things in my life ever change or evolve, I can easily just retake the quiz to get things back on track. CareUp's packs are also made from a plant-based film, which makes them compostable. We love an environmentally conscious brand. Take CareUp's quiz and see what vitamins and supplements they recommend for you. Click on my link down below and use my code HEXTIAN50 for 50% off of your first order with CareUp. For M3GAN, I will be using this doll, and this is actually an Alice doll from the Disney store, I believe. Actually, Mark Jonathan Repaints gave this to me, so thank you so much, Mark. But for this one, I'm actually not going to be using the body. I'll be swapping the body out for a Barbie made to move, so we have a little bit more posability. However, I think the face is like perfect for M3GAN. She is smiling, however, but I feel like I can turn that into like a sinister expression, if anything. I'm gonna go ahead and remove her hair so we can go ahead and prepare and make M3GAN's beautiful wig. Let's also get ready and remove her factory paint, and for this one I am using acetone. You may also use nail polish remover if it has acetone in it. It just makes it so much easier to remove the factory paint. Now, I rarely show you guys how to do this, but I will be making her wig cap. Some of you guys ask me how I make my wig caps, so here it is. We wrap her head first with plastic, and then I take a really soft and flexible fabric over here. This one's an old t-shirt, and I just wiggle it around, make sure it's really taut, and then I'm gonna go ahead and just add some elastics to really mold in to the shape of the head. You really want to make sure that it is pretty much like sculpted to the doll's head. You want it to be very taut. Now let's apply the glue, and this one I am using Elmer's Glue All. And you want to add multiple layers. You want to wait for it to dry and then add more layers to it. It just really makes the wig cap much more sturdier. After that has dried, I believe it took maybe 24 hours, we can now then cut the wig cap out very carefully. I actually did rip this one out, so like I said, be very careful when you're doing this. But we're pretty much creating kind of like a helmet of some sort, so if you guys are trying to make helmets or something like that, this will be a good method to do so. And now I have prepared M3GAN's hair wefts, and this is a blend of auburn blonde and also blonde and warm blonde. It's a lot of blend of blonde, and of course I use yarn to make these hair wefts over here. M3GAN in the movie actually had really good hair. I don't know what people were saying. I thought it moved so beautifully. It looked like human hair. So I don't know. People were saying that it was kind of ugly or something like that. I don't think so. I thought it was beautiful. I love the color of it, although it was really hard to kind of match the color, but I think I was able to get it this time. And yeah, I just thought it moved beautifully whenever she was power walking. I just heat up my metallic chopstick over here and I am curling her hair outwards, like going out of her face and throughout. She had like kind of like romantic curls. They're not as tight, but they weren't as loose also. So yeah, I'm just trying to do that with this wig. After you curl everything up, you want to go ahead and kind of just separate it and style it accordingly. And now we can move on to her face. And as you can see, we have a really beautiful canvas here. Alice dolls are pretty rare to come by, unless you are from California and you can go to the Disney store there, I think. But usually they don't, I mean, there's no more Disney stores. But, yeah, again, thank you, Mark, for this. So let's go ahead and start transforming her. Again, of course, I set her face with Mr. Super Clear to prime it so we can actually draw on it. And now we can use our watercolor pencils in the brand of Derwent, chalk pastels, blushes, and everything like that in order to create M3GAN's beautiful face. I wanted this doll to really be doll-like, and of course we have to work with the doll's mold. We have Alice's mold. So I did try to kind of extend and make her eyes a little bit bigger and longer, and because M3GAN's eyes were pretty, not realistic, but they're pretty almond shape, I guess, so I tried to do that. And I really tried to make her expression a little bit more sinister and kind of like, you know, like she has secrets. She's definitely learning every day about her software and all of that, in good ways and in bad ways, you know. I try to keep her makeup very subtle and just neutral, of course. You guys know I tend to dramatize a lot of things, but for M3GAN, I really try to pull back. And I'm only giving her shadows in her eyes to really make it seem like she is frowning, that her expression is really like kind of mad almost, but like she has a plan. She has a dark plan. So that's the reason why. I am also kind of just deepening those shadows here using black. So for the most part, I try to really keep it natural. But you know, my version of natural. M3GAN's face actually wasn't that blushed, but because we're trying to match this head to the body, I made sure to kind of give her a little bit more blush. I made a mistake of making her eyes a little bit too blue. M3GAN's eyes were a little bit more icy, a little bit more gray, so towards the end I'm gonna try and add some white to these eyes to really make it more icy. I think my favorite thing about M3GAN's face is definitely her eyes and also her... Actually, I really love her mouth for some reason. It's really doll-like, and I love how it moves. It's definitely very robotic. I wouldn't say this is like very like one-to-one M3GAN realistic vibes. But I did try to make it more of a dolly-like aspects to M3GAN, you know? Have you guys seen M3GAN yet? What did you guys think of it? I really loved it, and I think there will be a sequel, so I'm really excited for that. Now I'm using white gouache paint to paint in her tear ducts and also her catch lights. And of course, because I can't help it, we are going to give her a little bit of highlight. M3GAN's skin was actually silicone, so it had a little bit of sheen to it. And I feel like this really adds to the plastic look to M3GAN. So I was like, why not? Now it's time for her lashes. M3GAN's lashes were it was very full. It was giving drag queen. And yeah, I'm obsessed. So let's go ahead and do that. And I also rarely show how I trim the lashes, so this is how I trim the lashes, you guys. I don't leave them, I don't leave them like that, because for this one, it looks like that character from Sesame Street. But yes, I definitely trim the lashes and I shape it. And of course, let's go ahead and give her some gloss for her lips. For her outfit, this was made by that Plastic Biz on Instagram. Oh my god, I am so obsessed with this set. They literally did such a good job with recreating M3GAN's like iconic look in literal doll scale. So I was like, oh my god, yes. For her shoes, I'm actually using Alice's shoes. Of course, you guys know Alice comes with these Mary Janes, and that is what M3GAN wears, so it was perfect. I do have to add some buttons to M3GAN's dress. You guys know I'm not going to be sewing these. I'm actually going to be gluing them. But these are not the right buttons too, so we will be customizing these. M3GAN's buttons were pretty flat. There's no holes in it. So I'm going to go ahead and add some epoxy glue on top to fill in those holes and to make the buttons more flat looking. After the epoxy glue has cured, we can now paint those buttons in. Don't do this while it's on the outfit. I made a mistake a little bit, so yeah, be careful. Now let's go ahead and start dressing her a little. When M3GAN was dancing in that hallway, I really feel like they should have used 911 by Lady Gaga for that whole sequence. I don't know why, but in my head, I feel like it just fits so well. For her ribbon, it was actually very difficult to get the same exact ribbon in doll scale, so over here I am making our own. I am combining these two ribbons over here, one in beige and one in indigo blue, and I am gluing that together. And for the design, I am just going to be using acrylic paint to add those stripes. So there's like a brown stripe in the very middle, and then two golden stripes on each side. This is acrylic paint, so you may mix this with Mod Podge to retain its flexibility if you guys would like. I don't really care for flexibility, specifically for this one too, because I'm not going to be moving it anyway, so it was definitely fine. And then for this one, I just sewed the ribbon onto her dress. You may also glue it. But now let's go ahead and put on her wig. Oh my god, I am so obsessed. We are finally done with M3GAN.